it's Alice and welcome to our final Book Box Duel for now. Yes, it is December 2023, or it's the first week of January 2024, but my OwlCrate's only just arrived. And this is going to be our last Book Box Duel for at least a few months. I mean, I would hope to save for the long haul because I do really need to save money, but I am just rolling over the OwlCrate. Like, I'm skipping the months at the moment because it's just too expensive as a UK reader and I just can't justify it at the moment. But if our funds get better, it would be nice to have it again. But also, I would just really like to save money. So I'm happy losing it for now. But that does mean this is going to be our last Book Box Duel, which is sad because we've gone from Book Box Battle to Book Box Duel. We've dropped a box, we've regained a box, we've dropped the box again. We've been through some times on this channel. We've had really late uploads. We've had uploads the same day that it's arrived. We've had really late boxes. We've had really early boxes. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but thank you all so much for supporting us in these videos because I know that they're very hugely popular and I am a little bit scared about what the channel's going to be like without them. But we are still going to be posting FairyLoot unboxings because I am still subscribed to that for now. Again, hoping to move on to the combo box. So hopefully I'll just be doing unboxings of books later in the year, which would be better. I still don't really need more books, but I definitely don't need more bookish items, and I definitely do need to save money. So the cost of living crisis gets to us all eventually. So without further ado, our winner from last month was FairyLoot, I believe. I'm gonna say yes. Because we had the cool storage box, and we had the cool book, and we're here for it. So, again, I need to actually maybe keep track of that. But FairyLoot will go second, because FairyLoot was the winner for last month, and if you were the winner, OwlCrate, I'm really sorry, but we're just going with it. So, let us dive into what might be our final OwlCrate box ever, which I'm gutted about, because, I mean, I've been subscribed to OwlCrate since maybe their 4th or 5th box. I think it was very late 2014 that I subscribed. Maybe late 2015. But either way, I've been subscribed to this box for longer than I've known Sean. I've been subscribed to this box since before I was a parent. So my life has changed very much, but OwlCrate has remained continuous. And OwlCrate's quality of their items in particular has been increasing so much. They've been adding a lot more customizations to their books this year. So it's a sad time to be leaving them because they are doing a stellar job. But all good things must come to an end. And to be honest, I can't remember the last OwlCrate book that I actually read. And that's kind of the point of these, isn't it? So, yeah, it's definitely the right time. Let us see what's in here. We have The Dark Devours. Oh, and straight up I'm managing to grab the Treasured Tomes pin, which I'm excited about. This is a 4th wing pin, and I already knew it was 4th wing because I've seen it on the OwlCrate voting for, like, their best of 2023. And this is the last of these, and I'm sad about it. These are designed by No One Designs, and they've been in monthly collection this year. Ooh, How to Survive Basquiat War College, with, like, the big dragon underneath it. And then it says inside it, quadrants, scribe, infantry, healer, and riders. Don't do anything to draw attention to yourself. Power can quickly turn and control you. Winning the war games isn't about strength, it's about cunning. I was already interested in reading 4th Wing because I do really buy into the hype on that one. But my god, that's a very, very beautiful pin badge. And I'm glad. So glad that they did this collection, and I'm really glad that I got to get last year's ones, which were the Literary Luggage collection as well, because all of these pins are exquisite, and these pins are the single reason that I've subscribed up until the end of the year, because we started kind of hurting for money in May. But I was like, well, I'm already halfway through collecting the pin badges. I can't not get the rest of the pin badges. So this has cost me an awful lot of money if you think of it like that. But they're very great condition and they are just absolutely beautiful. So I'm happy to own them. Then we have Moonstruck Chocolate Company Night Owl Dark Chocolate Hot Cocoa. Oh, they normally do teas and coffees, and I don't drink tea or coffee, but I surely do drink hot cocoa. That's exciting. This is for the nocturnal owls that stay up reading through the night, ideal for the holiday season. Well, it's still chilly. It might snow soon, so I will save this for a snowy day, and that sounds amazing. Very exciting. Add more or less to suit taste. Cool. And I've never tried American hot chocolate before, so that's going to be an experience. We then have a little pouch. Oh, this is going to be a pin banner. They said they were doing a pin banner at the end of the Treasure Tomes collection. I haven't seen it yet. I can just see that it's got the little OwlCrate logo at the bottom. I'm really, really freaking hoping that they've gone with like a bookshelf theme, because I think a bookshelf theme with the tomes pins that look like books would be just fucking adorable. I've already got all of my pins on a different banner, but I'm happy to move them across to this one if it is a bookshelf, and I'm really, really hoping. Oh my god, it is! I knew it! I fucking knew they were going to do this. I'm so happy. Oh my god, but can you imagine though? It's going to have like, oh, it's come undone. It's fine. It's going to have all the like January and February and March and April and May and June and July and August, September, October, November, December. They'll all fit so nicely. Fourth one can come down here, and then the Cruel Prince will be out here, and Once Upon a Broken Heart will be here, and I can't remember which ones came in which other months, but they're going to look so stunning. Oh, this is genius. I absolutely love this. The quality of their pin badges is always really great as well, because it's a very thick material, so the pins sit on them really nicely, and especially because the pins that they use have like the two connectors on the back, so it means that they hold in place really well, and that's gonna look so cute. And then you'll be able to like peruse the books inside them because they've all got enough space. I love this. Oh, I'm so glad. As soon as I saw that they were doing a pin banner at the end of it, I said, it's got to be a bookcase. It's got to be a bookcase, and it's got to be beautiful. And it is beautiful, and I'm so happy. Oh, that's going to look so nice in my house. Sean might actually agree that we can put that one up, because he doesn't like putting pin badges up. But that one is like so aesthetic. We've also got... Oh, I need to see who designed that, actually. The banner is... It was made by No One Designs. So as well as the person who did the tomes pin, it's all been designed together, all links in very nicely. We then got the Wicked pen set, which says, Love is the most powerful magic. Exclusive pen set inspired by Kingdom of the Wicked. And this is designed by Blissfully Bookish. And I'm going to rip the box when I open it, but it's fine because I always use the pens, so that's not a problem. Oh, this is like they did I think it was a Madeline Miller set before that had a Circe pen, a Son of Achilles pen. They're quite similar to that. Memories, like hearts, can be stolen, and one day you'll call me death, for now wrath will do. Oh, and then you just pop it off. Ooh, how nice. Always happy to get more pens. And again, a useful item. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, they have totally just taken everything that I love and put it into one box to make me feel really guilty about skipping next month, haven't they? Oh my god, we've got another one of the journal collection. So these are like notebooks that are made to look like books. So there's like an Atlas 6 one, there's one from the Starless Sea. This one says, The world remade. Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well. And I've got a feeling that that's a quote from Door of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. But this is stunning. The world remade. Oh, and this is actually like a square, like a grid paper journal, which is cool. Because I think they've already done like a bullet journal one and like plain lined pages. Oh, these are just absolutely so stunning, and I will admit, if I see that they're doing any more of these in future boxes, it's going to be really, really hard to skip those months. But also, like, how nicely is this all linking together? You've got the pens to use with the book, you've got the pin badge to use with the banner while you drink your hot chocolate and look at the banner and write in your book about how beautiful your banner is. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is a very good box. So that is designed by Daughter of Smoke and Bone and was designed by Lichen and Limestone. The final in one of our 2023 collections for the Folk Book Journal. So if this is the final one, that means I've got them all. So I'm extra glad I didn't cancel earlier. Oh, but they're so beautiful. Oh my god, I love them. I'm so glad they started doing those. And then we've got in here, we still haven't even gotten to the book yet, which is To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. And I don't actually think I've heard of this. But it's got some very beautiful kind of like indigo sprayed pages. Let's get this open so we can have a proper look.
3 hours later.
Finally managed to get it out of the polythene, and this is To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. This says, Never lower your eyes in the face of death on the back. And we've got, we've got a lady pinning a man to the ground with a dagger to his throat. We've got the signature page with the bound in author letter. We've got foiling under the dust jacket that says Ascidian Lore, A Tale of the Gods. And then no one could kill a shadow. We've also got this reverse dust jacket artwork that's like a kind of ghostly camp in the middle of a forest that looks like it's being a little bit kind of harassed by birds. And then we've got at the back the characters kind of looking very ominous with the moon in the background. So let's have a look and see who designed all of this, and then I'll read out the blurb and tell you what it's about. I haven't heard of it, to be honest with you. So the redesign cover is by Lynn Goyen at Pyrrhix. You've got the reversible jacket by Panjul Art. On the hardback, the foil designs are done by Niall C. Grant, and the end pages are done by I'm Jen Dove, Jennifer Pujaratpon. Okay, and there's also some bonus content in the book as well, which is exciting. This is very, very beautiful. Let me read you the blurb. We'll see what it's about. We'll see if it sounds as beautiful as it looks. Defy the night. Jude Maddox knows nothing of love or even light. He knows only his grim duty as the hand of death, to lead the Knights of the Eternal Star into a land filled with nightmares and certain demise. It's only when he sees her, a young woman with wild amber eyes who's as fierce, defiant and swift as the shadow beasts themselves, that he feels the warmth of life in his blood. The other knights may fear their lethal commander with his hard, merciless demeanour. Outcast Kiara Frey sees only a leader, a man who knows how to survive, someone like her. But wanting him is as treacherous as the shadows themselves and just as seductive. With the kingdom on the verge of collapse, the knights must now venture into the darkest heart of the land and uncover the secrets of the misted shadows, where evil will prey upon their minds and feast on their flesh. It will betray their senses. It will surpass their nightmares. Most of them will die, but they have no other choice, because the only way to fight the darkness is to become it. Okay, that sounds fucking amazing. I don't know how I haven't heard of this yet, but I'm very excited to read it, especially with an edition this gorgeous. OwlCrate have really thrown everything at this box. I love it. Okay, well, I don't see how FairyLoot can beat that, because that is pretty much, if I was curating a book box, that's pretty much exactly what I would do. The useful yet beautiful items, all of that tied so nicely together, and I'm just here for it. I'm very excited. I like that a lot. Oh, we've also got at the bottom here, blah, 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 the Owl Babble and the prompt card for next month, which is Enchanted to Meet You, and has an exclusive item designed by Saya Art, which looks like they've done beautiful foil bookmarks before, which makes me a little sad, but again, we are making reasonable choices with our money in 2024. Let's move on to FairyLoot, which I'm a little bit nervous about now because, my god, that OwlCrate box. Oh, this is going to totally prove I made the wrong decision, isn't it? But it's fine, because I read more FairyLoot book picks, and I just feel like they're normally a bit more aesthetically pleasing. I say after seeing that book, which is one of the most beautiful things that OwlCrate have ever produced. But, yeah, we'll see what this is like. I mean, straight off, I'm seeing a very intense kind of, like, large bag thing that says Black Cliff Academy, duty first on to death. Duty on to first death? And this looks like it might be like maybe a cool bag, like a picnic hamper thing. It's very large, whatever the hell it is. It's got a lot of pouches. There's a pouch here and a pouch here. And there's like a big fluffy piece of material to, I guess, maybe separate stuff out. And then there's some pouches over here. And it has a little handle, maybe like a laptop case. I can't see the spoiler card. So we're just going to keep looking and then tell you the artists and what the purpose of the items are at the end. Oh, I found the spoiler card as soon as I pick up the next thing. So this is a packing cube. Are you heading out on an adventure? Pack your gear in this gorgeous packing cube, adorned with a design inspired by An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Okay. I mean, I don't think big enough? I don't think it would be big enough for me to really pack much in, but I guess maybe I could use it as like a nappy bag because Ezra's still in pull-ups. So we could maybe use it as like a nappy bag for him, and then at least we've got all of the wipes and stuff together, like still. Because obviously since Sophia's come out of nappies, we mostly just shove some of Ezra's loose in a bag and then panic if we run out. So it might be good to have something like this because it's not too big, but it is still useful. And it also feels like quite a nice wipe clean material. So it might be easy to like throw in the boot of the car. It's an interesting idea, and I definitely don't think another book box has done it. And it's useful, so I'm here for it. I'm just not too sure on like the dimensions or like the sizes. It'll probably be easier when you're actually packing stuff into it and it's a bit more stretched out than it is at the moment where it's been stuffed into the box. We've then got a What the River Knows scarf, which is in this beautiful display box and is designed by Michaela Alcano Design. I'm feeling the pressure. And I can't even get the scarf box open. There we go. It's wrapped. Oh, it's silk. Ooh, this is painfully fancy. This feels too fancy for me to even be touching right now. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Wow. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this style scarf because it feels more like it's kind of aesthetic over purpose. Because I only really use scarves when it's super cold. I don't use them when they're like this kind of light floaty material. But I do have a blouse of a very similar green colour, so I may be able to wear this with that. It's a lovely item and it's packaged beautifully. And I'm not quite sure I'll ever be able to fit it back into the box, but I can pretend that I'm capable of doing that. Oh, it's definitely not going to fit back in with all of the gumph. But, like, it's beautifully designed. And if you know somebody who's a fan of this book, this would be, like, a beautiful gift item for them because it's so lovely and presented so nicely. I've never seen them do anything like that for a scarf before. That's interesting. We then have a Howl's Moving Castle tea light holder designed by Blanca Design. Which I don't really use tea lights, so that's automatically kind of turning me off a little bit. Oh, is this going to be one of those like spinner things? Okay, I've seen OwlCrate do one of these in their Winter Night box. Oh, you're like, oh god. Oh god, I don't know how to put things together. You're like, oh god. I don't do DIY for a reason. So you put I'm guessing the pointy bit or like the square bit maybe in one of the holes. And then you make it fall down. Oh, the pointy bit might go in that hole. Are there any instructions? There are no instructions, and I am not good enough to know how to make this. There's like a little slot there that might go into. This might be one of those things I have to ask Sean to teach me how to use. Because that looks like that's supposed to fit there, but it's just not fitting. Is it the... Oh, shit. Is it the pointy bit that goes in there? But that makes no sense because it's like that shape. I would not feel comfortable trusting a tea light with this. But either way, the concept is you do this, huzzah, and then the tea light heats, and then the hot air makes this thingy spin. I mean, it's going. Yeah. So you'd have a candle And then it spins. I don't really understand how this is inspired by Howl's Moving Castle. Is there one of these in Howl's Moving Castle? Because I've only, as I said, ever heard of them with the, Oh, there's more. There's, like, charms that you have to, like, hook in. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll get this put together and then I'll show you it properly. This is the most effort I've ever put into an item from any of these boxes. Again, it's taken me a few minutes, but I've managed to get it put together. So there's like the fire sprites. I don't know how well this is going to come up on the camera. The fire sprites are like some shooting stars and they all dangle together. My concern with this is that it's at a very jaunty angle. And I feel like I'd be concerned about having fire near it. It also looks like it might be bent, so that might be why the angle is so jaunty. So maybe I'll have to try and like even that out. Oh lord. Because they're very, very delicate little like fan blades. And I've just thrown it all on the floor. Moving on to the next item. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever use that anyway with having children and it being fairly dangerous to use like fire near children. But it's also just a little bit too complicated for me. So much so that I even was having trouble picking those up off of the floor then. So beautiful, and I'll put that together so we can do close-ups later and then probably never use it again. Oh, let me get my box back. Then we have some very heavy bookends over here, which I hope will actually be the right way around, because the last time FairyLoot did bookends, they put the Roman numeral on Gideon the 9th the wrong way around, so it was Gideon the 11th, and then they told every single person that emailed them about it that you're supposed to put bookends so that the flat bit faces out and the books are here. When really what you're supposed to do is chuck the bookend under so the books sit on it, so that it's weighted down. But no, apparently every single customer was wrong and FairyLoot's incorrectly printed bookmarks were correct. So, I mean, I'm still a little bit bitter about that. I wouldn't have wanted them to remake them. I mean, I would have loved it if the quality control could have caught it in the first place and realised what they'd done. But I also think that it was just bad taste of them to say, you are wrong. We've printed this item correctly. You've just been using it incorrectly your whole life. That doesn't sit well with me. If they'd just been like a bit humble and said, shit, yeah, you're right, sorry, we'll give you like 10% off your next box to anybody who received that box, I think everybody would have been a lot happier. But yeah, the quality is definitely going downhill with FairyLoot at the moment, which is a shame. But these look like they're probably going to be Arthurian inspired because they look like Sword in the Stone bookends. They're a nice colour and Sean likes TH White, so he'll probably want to keep these, but we'll see if he likes them when he gets home. And those are inspired by Legendborn, so an Arthurian inspired fantasy. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. And those are designed by Jez Hawks. Okay, so then we've got the tarot cards at the bottom here, which are the 7 of Moons and the 8 of Moons. And these people look like they're probably inspired by Fourth Wing because they've got lots of dragons in the background. I'll just find out for you. Yeah, this is Zayden and Violet from Fourth Wing, illustrated by Rosalind Arts. So again, very pretty tarot cards, but I have not read Fourth Wing yet. So we'll see how I feel when I've read it. And then this book, if I'm right, should actually be the book that inspired the scarf in this box, which is What the River Knows, because I think that FairyLoot and OwlCrate were both doing it, and we received the OwlCrate edition last month. So we'll have a look and see. It's a very pale pink book. And based off of the Egyptian design on the back, it's going to be What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This is not as interesting to look at as the OwlCrate edition. I think they went with the normal cover, but they did like very intricately stenciled edges that were like lots of wacky, weird colours. These are pretty. They're very well centered. They're very good quality. I just think personally I liked the like brightness of the OwlCrate one a little bit more. Let's have a look and see what else they've done. They've got lightly foiled end papers, which I'm always a sucker for. They've got foiling under the dust jacket that almost matches the original cover. And then on the back they've got the scarab beetle with some crocodiles. They've got reverse dust jacket artwork that has the two main characters exploring Egypt and looks extremely beautiful. Might possibly be by Rosie Thorns because it looks a bit papercraft-esque. And then we've got the same lightly foiled end papers at the back and a digital signature on the inside. Let me read this out to you so you can see what it's about in case you didn't watch our book box battle from November. If I can get the dust jacket back on, which seems pretty impossible. Oh, and just quickly, we've got the redesign cover is by Michaela Alcano design. The stencil sprayed edges are also by Michaela Alcano. The artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket is by Rosie Thorns. I was right about that. The foiled end papers are also by Rosie Thorns. And this comes with bonus content and an author's letter as well on a copy of the Rosie Thorn print from the reverse dust jacket artwork, which is very clever. So, in the glittering society of 19th century Buenos Aires, Inez Oliveira has everything except the one thing she really wants: her parents, who frequently leave her behind on their globe-trotting adventures. Then she receives a terrible letter. Her parents have passed away in mysterious circumstances. Determined to uncover the truth, she sets sail for their last port of call, Cairo, bringing only her sketchpads and an ancient ring that her father sent to her for safekeeping. But upon her arrival in Egypt, the ring flares with ancient magic, and Inez is thrust into a treacherous game that could threaten her life and into the path of her new guardian's infuriatingly handsome assistant, who seems determined to thwart her at every turn. I will say the UK blurb is a lot more compelling than the US blurb, because the US blurb gives a lot more away, and this seems a lot more interesting to me just because of the fact that there's not as much information in it. I'm going to pick it up at some point anyway, because obviously I do now have 2 copies of it. I'm still not sure. I think maybe I do like this design a little bit more because it's more kind of muted and stripped back. But the OwlCrate one was really cute, as I said. We've also got the fairy scoop for the month and the little bookmark that matches the spoiler card. And I think you all know where I'm going with this because OwlCrate's box was just unbeatable. It didn't really matter what FairyLoot did because, as I said, OwlCrate's box was exactly what I would do if I was curating a box. So OwlCrate are the winners for this month. That's a 100%. I'm sad about it because obviously I am unsubscribing from them soon. Well, skipping, but missing boxes. And they're very high quality. But I managed to finish off 2 collections that I really loved. I like the sound of the new book and it really compels me. That's definitely a book that I'm going to enjoy. So I think this is actually leaving OwlCrate on a really high note because we've had our ups and downs. There have been times when everything in an OwlCrate box was like skip worthy, but I still got it. But now, this is peak OwlCrate. If you've got the chance to subscribe, if you're an American viewer who is thinking of getting a book box and you're not sure what to go for, I would recommend OwlCrate. And I just hope that eventually we could afford to get it again because it would be fun to carry on collecting them because they are very high quality. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think for the year, FairyLoot will still have come out on top. I will get Sean to figure out the numbers on the screen. But from what I can remember, I think FairyLoot has still pipped OwlCrate to the post a little bit just because their book designs are normally a lot more impressive. And sometimes it's hard not to take that into consideration when I'm choosing a winner. But this month, even though OwlCrate only had plain sprayed edges, their design, like the redesigned cover and the end papers and the under the dust jacket artwork were all absolutely stunning. So they pulled that together really nicely. What the River Knows doesn't really seem like exactly my kind of book, so that might be why I'm a little bit more critical about the design choices. But I'm still going to pick it up and I'm still excited to read it. And I did like some of FairyLoot's items, but as I said, OwlCrate's items tied the box together really beautifully, finished everything off nicely, and it was exactly the kind of box that I wanted. I love getting useful and aesthetic things, so it's nice to have that. And while I think FairyLoot's travel case could be useful, it's also like a strange size. They've done a lot of bookends recently. I can think of maybe 2 or 3 sets in the last 12 months, which is quite a lot. And then also the fact that obviously the Howl's Moving Castle tea light holder, not only am I having trouble putting it together, it already seems like it may be damaged because it does seem a little bit wonky. And for me, as someone who has children and doesn't really use tea lights because it feels a little dangerous, that's never going to be an item for me. So really, I'm sure a lot of people absolutely love that, but that was kind of the decider. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you agree with my decision, which box you would have picked, which book you're more excited to read. Let me know if you would like me to kind of discuss OwlCrate unboxings in the future. If I'm kind of a way that you find that information, I can always get screenshots from people's things and discuss the unboxings and what I would have thought if I'd received it myself. It could be fun to try because then you're still getting that content from us and you're not missing out on it. But just let me know what you would prefer. Thank you for watching, and thank you as always for supporting our channel. I'm sorry our uploads have been very sporadic throughout 2023, but we have had discussions and we should have it back on track going into 2024, I hope. We'll have to wait and see. I'll see you soon with another video. I'm Alyce, this is the Bumbling Blogger, and thanks once again for watching. Bye! Hey everyone, it's Alyce, and welcome to the final book box battle for now. No, we're still calling it Book Box Duel. Let's try that again.